Ugh, that text. You're at 41 weeks, and your phone is just constantly buzzing with messages exactly like this one, right? If you have to answer any baby yet one more time, you feel like you might actually scream. You're tired, you're so uncomfortable, and you're feeling, well, let's be honest, you're feeling overdue.
But hang on a second. What if this waiting game, this whole final stretch, isn't actually a problem? What if it's the secret, crucial, final chapter of your pregnancy story?
Okay, let's really dive into this. We're going to pull back the curtain on what's really happening inside your body and your baby's body right now at 41 weeks. The goal here is to arm you with knowledge so you can walk through this time with confidence instead of all that anxiety.
So first things first, we have got to tackle the biggest myth of them all. This whole idea that you are late. It causes so much pressure and stress, so let's just dismantle it right here, right now.
Let me just say this as clearly as I possibly can. You are not late. Your due date was never, ever a deadline. It was always just an estimate, an educated guess.
And here's the proof. Check out this number. A tiny 4% of babies actually arrive on their estimated due date. Just 4%. That means 96% of babies pick a different birthday. So, being off your due date isn't just normal, it's what almost everyone does.
So what is normal? Well, the people who know best, doctors and midwives, they consider full term to be a 5-week window. Yeah, you heard that right, a 5-week window. Anytime from 37 all the way up to 42 weeks is considered a perfectly healthy and normal time to have a baby. You're not late, you're just in the window. And there are so many brilliant biological reasons why this happens. If this is your first baby, your body's literally learning a new dance. The cervix just needs a little more time to get ready. Sometimes it's about the hormones, yours and your baby's, needing a moment to perfectly sync up to kick off the big event. And sometimes, your baby just knows they need a few more days for that super important final development of their lungs or their brain. Your body isn't failing you. It's just finishing the mission on its own perfect schedule. Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. While you're on the outside feeling impatient, on the inside your body and your baby are in the middle of some of the most important prep work of the entire 9 or 10 months.
Your body is an absolute genius. Right now, your cervix is softening, it's thinning out, getting totally ready for birth. And here's the really cool part. The number of oxytocin receptors in your uterus is multiplying like crazy. This is what makes your body super responsive and efficient when those labor hormones finally hit. It's like an entire orchestra is tuning up right before the big performance.
And your baby? Oh, they are not just sitting around waiting. They are busy. They're putting on these crucial layers of fat that'll help them stay warm after they're born. They're practicing breathing movements, and they're producing this amazing stuff called surfactant. It's this vital substance that's going to help keep their tiny lungs open for that very first breath. See, this isn't wasted time. This is work time.
All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Induction. The closer you get to 42 weeks, the more you're going to hear this word. But it is so crucial to understand that this is not an automatic thing you have to do. It's a conversation, and ultimately, it is your choice.
And hey, that's not just my opinion. This is a core principle of good medical care. The official guidelines from ACOG, that's the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, they all emphasize that the absolute key is for you to have an informed choice. You shouldn't feel pressured into a decision. You should feel empowered. So how do you make an informed choice? You ask for the data. You can talk to your doctor or midwife about getting a non-stress test, or NST, which just monitors the baby's heartbeat. Or you could ask for a biophysical profile, a BPP, which is a bit more detailed. Here's the bottom line. If the results from these tests are reassuring and show that your baby is happy and healthy in there, you can feel really confident in your decision to safely wait for labor to start on its own.
So while you're waiting, what can you actually do? Let's get practical and talk about how you can support your body's natural processes and, just as importantly, keep your mind in a really good place. Gentle movement is your best friend right now. Things like going for a walk or doing slow hip circles on a birth ball, they use gravity to help your baby's head put a little pressure on your cervix. And don't forget, your uterus is a muscle. It needs food and water to work well. But maybe the most important thing? Rest. I know it's so tempting to try to get everything done, but you are about to run a marathon. Save your energy. You will be so glad you did.
Now, of course, it's also super important to know the signs that mean you should call your provider right away. Trust your instincts. If you notice your baby isn't moving as much as usual, if you're leaking fluid, or you see any bright red bleeding, make the call. Same goes for a sudden bad headache, blurry vision, or sudden swelling. These are clear signals to get checked out, no questions asked.
The physical side of this is important, for sure, but honestly, your mindset during this final stretch might be even more powerful. This is your official invitation to slow down and really embrace this totally unique moment in time.
You see, the hormones that kick off labor, especially oxytocin, are kind of shy. They thrive in an environment that feels calm, safe, and supported. So your job is to create an oxytocin bubble. What does that mean? It means less frantic Googling and more warm baths, less answering annoying texts, and more listening to your favorite calm music. Your body listens to your mind.
So here's the most important thing I want you to take away. If you're at 41 weeks and you're feeling like you failed or something's wrong, please hear me now. You're not doing anything wrong. Your body is not broken. You're perfectly finishing the most incredible task you've ever been given, and your baby is just taking the exact time they need to get ready for the world.
You know, all of this waiting, it's just going to fade away in an instant. It will all make sense. So instead of focusing on the when, let's shift our focus to the what. When that moment finally comes and you're holding your baby in your arms, what will be the very first word you whisper to them?